Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a rambunctious couple in love that loves reacting to some RWBY.
Yeah, and this is going to be big.
Yes, it is.
Finale.
So, Volume 4, Episode 12, the finale. Yeah, let's dive into it.
Let's do it.
That one dude we never really see.
The guy after the scorpion dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't damn. Might have the best landing.
Yeah. Where's his rider?
Yep. Good question. There he is.
Oh, God.
Man, is my necker. Oh. Okay.
Oh, he's a thing of nightmares. Way to go, Jean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the rest of you can help anytime. Haha, you can't see us.
Just get him to safety.
Good job, Ren.
Yeah.
I know you could do it like through the ground, as long as you're touching the same thing that he is. Good power.
Yeah, for sure.
Guys, keep moving. Go in a circle.
Sean, talk about how he was a strategist. Strategery.
Ooh, now you pissed off the horse.
Oof.
What are you doing?
Becoming a badass.
Ooh.
She's so proud.
Yeah.
In the butt.
And he did not care for that.
Mm-mm. Uh-oh. He's onto your whole circle thing.
Get your weapon, Ruby.
Is he calling his friends?
Ruby! Stop looking!
Ow, Nora.
She's getting knocked out. There you go.
Alright, but where's Ruby? Because Nora was working on something with Ruby.
Yeah, that hurt my back. Just
Yeah,
watching.
right?
Yeah.
Man, did he recover from that fast?
Ren, knock it off!
It's, yeah,
It's personal, dude.
personal.
She usually doesn't make for the best fighting, but... Someone charge you guys?
Back to their same hiding spot. Oh, damn!
Sean!
Nora, let go. Nora, they're going to get hurt if we don't.
No!
Oh, shit!
Slapping some sense into you.
Yep.
No. I won't let you kill yourself like this. After everything we've been through, I won't let it end. Not like this. We can do this.
Yeah. It has to be a we.
Mm-hmm.
It's a team.
Exactly.
Ren!
Stabby stab.
Jean and I can take care of its arms. I'll take care of the horse.
And I'll take care of the rest.
There you go. Oh, sick move, Ruby.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sean, you're up.
Now!
Stab it.
Nora!
Oh, that little smile. Wicked smile. It was
That
great.
was awesome.
Yep. Shot its freaking head off.
Stab it right through the heart, or the void where the heart should be.
For my mother. For my father. myself.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're right, but chopping the head off.
I mean, if this was a video game, that's where he would go. That would have been his weak spot. Yeah, Crow.
It's quiet.
No.
Good job, kiddo.
Hang in there.
Come on, Crow.
Guys, I think I hear something.
Rescues.
Oh, thank God. I was so scared she was gonna look back and he was gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Like,
I had that same fear.
I think the ending of last season has
Scarred us.
yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
How did you find us out here? We were on patrol and saw the smoke. No one's been out here for years. Thought something might be wrong.
What if we don't make it in time?
Ruby,
Well, that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
We made it, Uncle Crow.
There you go.
No.
No, I think he clenched. And squeezed. Hey now! There you go.
I don't know where we should go, feeling farther from our goal. I don't know what path we will be shown, but I know that when I'm
I mean, it's nice that they're in a hotel and all, but shouldn't he be in a hospital?
yes, I know that
Yeah, good point.
I'm at home.
Hey, sis. I hope my letters have been reaching you and Dad. Handwritten stuff's never been super reliable, but I guess it's all we've got these days. Anyway, in case you haven't been getting them, I want to say I'm sorry for leaving the way I did. I know you told me it was a reckless idea, and after everything I've been through, I can definitely say you were right. It's been hard on all of us. And I'm not just talking about the monsters we fought out here.
Yeah.
Okay, you can hide out back in the cargo hold. I'll take you as far as I can, but if we get caught, you're on your own. Understand?
Every step we made took us further and further away from the things we knew. And every morning we woke up wondering if just over the next hill would be something good. Or something terrible. It's scary, not knowing what's going to happen next. And the things we do know now, just how bad it can get. It almost makes it all worse. You told me once that bad things just happen. You were angry when you said it, and I didn't want to listen. But you were right. Bad things do happen. All the time. Every day. Which is why I'm out here
That's
to
why
do
you get a dog.
whatever I can, wherever I can, and hopefully do some good.
Mm-hmm.
We've all lost something. And I've seen what loss can do to people.
Does Ren just like walk around carrying that? Okay. Good thing to put it down.
But if we gave up every time we lost, then we'd never be able to move forward. We'd never have a chance to see what beautiful things the future might have waiting for us. We'd never have the strength to change, whether it's ourselves or the world around us.
Way to go, Blake.
And we'd never be there for other people who might one day be lost without us.
Yeah.
This is what we were training for, Yang. To become huntresses. To be the ones to stand up and do something about all the bad in the world.
Approaching City of Mistral.
Because there are plenty of people out there who are still lost. And even more who will try to gain everything they can from their sorrow.
Yep. Hey, Emerald and Merc.
Believe me when I say, I know it can feel impossible. Like every single day is a struggle against some unstoppable monster we can never hope to beat.
Yep. She's got a ruby block.
But we have to try. If not for us, then for the people we've already
Lost.
Then for the people we haven't lost yet.
Hmm.
I miss you so much. I miss Weiss and Blake too. But I think you'd all be proud to know that I made it to Mistral. All of us did. And we even ran into Uncle Crow along the way.
Hey. Aren't I normally the one saving you?
He's going to take us to see Professor Lionheart, the headmaster of Haven Academy. And he told us some things that you're gonna want to hear. Things I can't trust will make it to you in this letter. But maybe, if you joined us, he could tell you himself.
Nope.
With Beacon gone, they'll need Dad at Signal more than ever.
It's not worse.
And I know you need to focus on yourself before I can expect you to come out with me. But it sure would be great to get Team RWBY back together again.
She's going to the bandits.
You are in so much trouble when I find you.
Until next time,
She's going to Ruby.
your loving
Think so.
sister, Ruby Rose.
Good, because I can't stand to see Ruby sad.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, P.S. I'll be sure to give you the address of where we'll be staying in Mistral. I'd love to hear back from you and Dad, and I can't wait to fill you in on whatever's going to happen next. now that we've made it across Anima, I really think things are gonna start going our way.
Why, thank you, Professor. Salem
We just talked
always
about
did
this
say
guy.
you were
Of course.
hospitable.
No.
That was not 27 minutes.
No.
Unless these credits are like...
20 of those 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so yeah, it does suck seeing Ruby sad. Although her speech was giving me goosebumps when I was watching that and listening to her. So it was very powerful. Great fight scene at the end there. Very satisfying. What'd you think?
Fight was great. That Grim, like I said, that Grim is the most terrifying to me that we've yet encountered. And I loved how I loved Ren's journey throughout that because it was very relatable. Like this was a personal fight to him. This wasn't something that he could really approach with a clear head until Nora, quite honestly, slapped the nonsense out of him and was like, look, it's not you defeat it, it's we defeat it. And we can defeat it together. I love that message. I also love that Nora knew what to do in that moment for Ren to get his head back to being on straight. And that Ren listened to her despite all of his pain and all of his trauma that has to be stirred up in that moment, which can block out everything else. He at least was able to listen to her. And I think part of it was because she had the shared trauma and the shared pain that he had. She obviously didn't lose her parents that way because when we meet her, she seems to be alone. But her whole village was wiped out and she was terrified too. So I really liked that whole journey. And then Ruby's speech was great because it shows us kind of the stakes of where we're at in this, as if we could have ever forgotten. But to see Ruby crying is just not something I was prepared for, especially since Crow survived. Like I was like, okay, Crow survived. Like we're gonna move on forward to like the next evolution of this war, and like, okay, I was mentally in that place, and then no, she's still gonna cry. We're still gonna throw the curveball at you and have like a little bit of the gut wrenching sadness happen. But it was good because Ruby's always been, we talked about it in past episodes, so happy-go-lucky. And almost entirely unfazed in the same negative way that I think a normal person would be by everything that they've been through. But she manages to keep that optimism and that hope alive. So to see her struggling to keep that going really brought a new layer to her humanity, I think. Yeah.
She hides her pain very well, and is puts on a brave face for everybody, and is very impressive as a character. For my top 5 characters for this season, Ruby's definitely in there, and I think Ren is in there as well now because maybe it's just like some recency bias because his last couple episodes were really good for Ren. But like I liked learning more about him, and he became more of like a fleshed out character. So like if I did like my top 5 characters maybe for all 4 seasons, I don't think he'd make it. But for like this season in particular, I really enjoyed his character and his journey, especially these last 2 episodes. So that's why I'm putting him in my top 5. Again, this is not in any particular order. I would have Crow in there, Weiss. And then the 5th spots though is tough. I almost want to give it to Yang's dad, whose name I always forget. But like I just thought that he's had like the way he dealt with Yang and trained her and like got her out of such a rough spot in her life. And like by the end of this, we see her and it seems like she's the old Yang back again. Like she's smiling and she's saying how much trouble Ruby's going to be in when she finds her. Just like, it's like her big sister's back. So I'm also glad that Yang went to go see Ruby.
Yeah. And I think Ruby's kind of like crack in her armor and showing that emotion. I had said in the last episode, I was like, rather than asking where she's going, we should be thinking about why she's going. Because if she thinks Ruby is fine, she'll go to her mom because she needs to go on her journey now. But if she thinks that her sister is in need of her, she will obviously go straight to her sister. And so as we start to get Ruby's letter, we see that she's not fine anymore. I mean, not that she's falling apart, she's not, but it's harder work to keep it together for everyone.
Yeah.
So I think I love that Yang is going to her, and if I'm wrong, I'm going to be really sad about that. But, I also love the fact that she's like, "Oh, you're going to be in so much trouble when I find you." Like, even though we know that Ruby didn't hear that, we as the audience heard that, and it tells us that she's going to provide the kind of big sister admonishment that I think Ruby really needs right now in a bizarre kind of way. Not that she needs admonishment, but that familiarity, that hominess of having her sister come and give her a hard time. And that's so familiar and so what happens during normal times that I think that level of normalcy would be really welcome. My top 5 characters: Crow, Yang's dad, Ruby, and Weiss for all of their great journeys and various things we've said along the way. But I'm actually going to throw a curveball in on my 5th spot.
Ooh, okay, I like curveballs.
It's a tie.
Oh.
And it's nobody we like. It is tied between Weiss's brother and the Scorpion dude.
Ooh,
because
okay.
I just hated those two characters so much that despite them having not a huge amount of screen time, particularly Weiss's brother, the impact that they had on me, like I have a visceral loathing when I even see them in the opening credits. So for them to have achieved that is hats off to the writers of those characters and the dialogue they gave them and the story role that they played and to the actors who portrayed them, because they definitely both got under my skin. So they would be tied for the 5th spot, which means 5 and 6, however that gets sorted out.
Well, then I don't have a tie. All right, I'm not going to do that. But I will give honorable mention then for my 6th spot for Sun. Because I think that he really grew in this season for me as well, as opposed to somebody that was kind of just like more like on the side and like comic relief and like I mean, it didn't really, he had some cool moments and everything like that, but I didn't really enjoy him as much as I did in some of these episodes, like especially that one where he told Blake that she doesn't get to decide what he does and what her friends do, and like if they want to help out, that they're going to help her out. And so like I thought that like his dealing with Blake I enjoyed, and it brought a little bit more to his character. So all right, we got an end scene here. You got to check out.
You got all the happy characters for once, and I threw in villains.
I know. I will say though, I'm a little disappointed in the villains. I should have a villain on my list, but I think I wanted more from Cinder, and I guess at the end there, we in this one we had asked last time what Cinder's deal was, and I guess it is kind of the fact that she got beat by Ruby after she had gained all this power, and it's like, how can this little girl like beat me after I gained all this power? So she probably was doubting herself. That's just at least what I gathered from it so far. But still, like, snap out of it. I mean, like, okay, you did it this season. Snap out of it. She better be back next season. And then Salem is cool, but I don't have enough from her.
Yeah.
And same thing with like, which I've seen Crow here, so maybe we'll get Ruby's or Yang's mom, Raven. I want to see more from Raven too. And we didn't get any Adam. Like, he was just talked about, but he wasn't shown. And after what he did to Yang, I thought we would see more of him. Anyways. Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me.
Hey!
I don't think they allow kids in here, Pipsqueak.
You know the person in my head.
Shut up, I'm getting there. I'm supposed to tell you I'd like my cane back.
Huh.
It's like you knew this was coming.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you.
It's good to see you again, Oz.
Oh,
That was a good ending scene.
Yeah, it was. That was a very good ending scene.
Satisfying.
Because like Osmond coming back and being a part of whatever Oscar, that was a good part of this season. But like that end scene just really hit it home and brought it all together. So I enjoyed that.
Yeah, because I'll admit, for me, the Oz scenes in this season, while necessary, after like the first couple of them, as we were unraveling the mystery, felt kind of slow. Like it just felt like the momentum of the episodes lagged a little bit in those scenes, mostly because we're going to go visit the quiet farm boy now. It's like, it doesn't...
Yeah.
You know, when the world is ending over here and like everything's on fire, going to the peaceful, quiet farm to say hi to the farm boy, it just doesn't have the same like oomph. And you kind of, as an audience member, get like annoyed's not the right word, because I still enjoyed it. Like it sounds like I didn't enjoy the storyline there, that I didn't like parts of the episode. That's not true. But it's just like, you feel the urgency of the other scenes. So being pulled away from that, you're like, but wait, like what's happening over there? Like that's really important right now. So everything was like the payoff was this final scene, and it was excellent. I also love how they kind of teed up the cane in the episode, because you see it against the wall with Ruby's weapon in their shared room. And I remember as I saw that, I was like, I don't remember that being his weapon. Like I noted it in my brain. I was like, is that Crow's weapon? And I don't know. So then seeing this final scene, I'm like, no, they were just planting the seed so that we would remember that's Oz's cane, so that when the scene happens, we can register it. But yeah, Crow's character is so great, because just that sort of like smirk that he did when the boy says, I'm supposed to tell you to give me my cane back. Yeah. And then, toss it to him and good to see Oz. I mean, that was perfect.
I think I don't want to say problem with it again. It's tough saying any like. So like obviously everyone's a critic and everyone knows thinks they know better and whatnot, and so like we're not writers, we're not creating anything like this.
Definitely not definitive.
Yes, exactly, and so but I think one of the reasons that it didn't hit as much for us, at least for me, I'll say for me, the Oscar scenes with Ozpin is the fact that like once the reveal happens that like Ozpin is in Oscar's brain, it's like, okay, we didn't necessarily need to go back to him until like this part, because Oscar himself we're not like super invested in. Like I didn't really need to know about like how does he deal with like this guy in his brain and like and what's going on. It would have been all right if they're like had more time for all the other characters too, but it's just like you only have so much time with all these characters because these episodes are kind of short. They're not like a normal 22-minute or 24-minute episode for a TV show, or even like an hour long for something like on HBO.
Yeah.
We can really dive into a lot of the characters, and so like since they had so many characters and our characters were so spread out that like we had to visit them each one at a time instead of being able to see them all together. I think that's one of the reasons probably why we're like, okay, yeah, like we get it this farm boy, but like we want to get to like other characters that like we've invested 3 seasons in, and want to know more about them. We want to get like a little snippet here and there. So I think that might have been a little bit of the I don't know what antsiness. I don't know if that's a word, but
that I think accurately describes it.
Yeah.
What I will say though, for the scene with Oscar and figuring out Oz is in his head, the one thing that did serve in that episode was it did inject some humor into it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the season, especially since last season, has been heavy. So like that was a payoff for us as an audience, that like we are visiting the farm. Yes, the world's on fire over there. Yes, you're desperate to get back to it, but like take 5 seconds to just breathe. And that's kind of that was something that, even though we still felt antsy and not fully relaxed because we wanted to get back to the other stuff, I think probably like our hearts appreciated it a little bit. There's been a lot of sadness. Yeah. So, that was a benefit.
I don't know if I could point to any one favorite episode of this season. a lot of the Crow stuff was great. You know, his fight with the Scorpion, and then like his telling of like the history of it all, like over the campfire. That like was a cool episode. And then like these last two, I mean, were just really great with Ren's story, like all coming together, and like him getting that revenge that Jean kind of needs right now. It's like, you know, he got that release and, you know, killed his demons, like literal demons, and and John's gonna need that. I mean, not that it's gonna make everything all right, you know, he still won't have Pyrrha, but it helps chopping off the head of, you know, the person that killed the person you love.
So do you think then, because I mean, obviously with Cinder's scene in this episode and Ruby, they are very much setting up a Cinder-Ruby showdown.
Yeah.
But are you thinking that Jean is the one who's ultimately going to destroy Cinder?
I mean,
she's clearly not having a crisis of conscience anymore. I think you can safely take that off the table.
I think he is going to be the one that wants to, and maybe, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be the one that ultimately does it. I'm not sure. I don't see it going Jean's way. I think it's going to ultimately have to be Ruby.
That's what I feel like I should say, and what I feel like the narratives in the story are pointing us towards, because it feels like despite everything that Jean has learned and how much training he's doing, it's hard to imagine that he would be strong enough to go against Cinder in general. But now that she's got Autumn in her as well, it feels like he couldn't possibly be strong enough to take her down. Like only a silver-eyed person, only a Ruby would be able to do that. That being said, I do think Jean kind of needs it in a sense. And I could see Cinder being so focused on Ruby that she's tunnel visioned. And that is Jean's opening to actually do it, because Ruby is not focused on Cinder. Ruby is looking at the entire chessboard. She's not looking just at the queen, but that's not true with Cinder. Cinder is very myopic in her view right now on vengeance against one person.
I think it'll be a different way. I think it'll be like as you're talking about, it's like, oh no, now I got it.
You got like a light bulb over your head.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Jean is going to save Ruby's life from Cinder to give her, like, kind of what you said, like to give her that opening for her to take down Cinder and kill Cinder. But Jean's gonna be the one that sacrifices his life. So I think part of it is, I don't think it's like he's got like a willing sacrifice, but he's gonna, you know, he's gonna be the shield that protects her, and he fights Cinder off enough, even though he can't kill her, but he does it enough to give Ruby that opening. And, you know, for him, that will be help with one of his regrets, because I think one of those reasons that he trained so hard is that because he's like, if I was just a little bit better, I would have been able to protect Pyrrha in that moment, you know? And, you know, if I was just a little bit stronger, you know, I had a little bit more training. And so I think he's training so hard so that that'll never happen again. And so in that moment, he's going to save Ruby. And, you know, I mean, because it's going to break our heart, yes, but.
I agree with everything you said, but I don't think Jean dies.
Okay.
It's my version of the story. He doesn't die.
All right. Let's hope we go with that one.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want all of our RWBY reactions, check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. And we're going to continue next. We're going to do, like, you know, the RWBY Volume 4 soundtrack. We like to check that out. Probably some more World of Remnant before we go on to RWBY Volume 5. I think there's some shorts too that we got to check out before Volume 5. But yeah. So we're going to do all that, and then we're going to continue. If you want early ad-free access to our RWBY reactions, we got a link to our Patreon in the description of this video. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for RWBY Volume 4, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.